What if I told you that one of the most beloved children's shows has been hiding something sinister in plain sight? Picture this: a charming fox who always has exactly what you need, appears at the most convenient times, and runs a business that defies all logic. Sound too good to be true? Well, it probably is. Today we're diving deep into the mysterious world of Mr. Fox from Peppa Pig. And trust me, after watching this, you'll never look at his little van the same way again. The evidence is everywhere, and it's been staring us in the face this whole time. Let's start with the most obvious red flag: Mr. Fox's business practices. In the episode Mr. Fox's Van, we see something that should make any adult pause. When Daddy Pig needs a new watch, Mr. Fox doesn't just happen to have one watch. Oh no, he pulls out 3 grandfather clocks. Not wristwatches, not even regular clocks, massive, expensive grandfather clocks. Now, think about this logically. What legitimate businessman carries around multiple grandfather clocks just in case someone mentions needing to tell time? The van contains a plethora of items including grandfather clocks sold in sets of 3, a cement mixer, bicycle bells sold in boxes of 2, plastic trophies, a CD playing contraption, and banjos. The fan theory here is that Mr. Fox isn't running a legitimate business at all. Instead, he's operating what's essentially a mobile fence operation, selling stolen goods or items of questionable origin. Think about it. He never advertises, he doesn't have set prices, and he always shows up at exactly the right moment with exactly the right item. Here's where it gets really interesting. There are hints in different episodes that suggest his behavior raises eyebrows, hinting that he might be a professional thief. The theory suggests that Mr. Fox scouts the neighborhood, listens in on conversations, and then magically appears with whatever people need. It's not magic, it's market research for his underground operation. And let's talk about his timing. Mr. Fox has an uncanny ability to show up right when people need something. That's not customer service, that's surveillance. He's watching, listening, and preparing. The question isn't whether he's running a legitimate business, but rather how he's gathering intelligence on his potential customers. Here's something that really bothers me about Mr. Fox's operation, and it's something that eagle-eyed fans have picked up on. Where does all this stuff come from? And more importantly, where does it go when he doesn't have it? Mr. Fox is always willing to give someone an item, as long as he brought it with him or hadn't sold out of it yet. But here's the weird part. We never see him restock. We never see a warehouse, suppliers, or any legitimate source for his endless inventory. One popular theory in the fan community suggests that Mr. Fox operates a network of what they call midnight acquisitions. The theory goes that he seems to enjoy taking late-night strolls during the evening, but what if these aren't innocent walks? What if these are scouting missions? Think about every item we've seen come out of that van. Expensive clocks, musical instruments, construction equipment, sporting goods. These aren't items you just stumble upon or buy wholesale from a catalog. These are specific, valuable items that would be exactly what someone might, let's say, find while taking those evening strolls. The theory gets darker when you consider that Mr. Fox is sort of money-hungry and only cares about money, potentially being psychopathic due to childhood trauma. This psychological profile fits perfectly with someone who would rationalize taking things that don't belong to them. And here's the kicker. Children in the show never question where Mr. Fox gets his items. They just accept it as normal. But that acceptance might be exactly what Mr. Fox is counting on. He's operating under everyone's nose, using the innocent trust of a children's show to hide his true nature. Now, let's talk about something that makes this theory even more compelling: the Fox family dynamic. It's not just Mr. Fox who's suspicious. There's evidence that this might be a family operation. Freddy Fox appears to have a future in law enforcement. In a scene where Peppa and Susie discuss their dreams, they imagine an adult Freddy as a policeman. This leads to speculation about whether he might one day catch Mr. Fox. But what if this isn't about Freddy catching his dad? What if it's about Freddy being perfectly positioned to help the family business? Think about it from a criminal perspective. Having someone on the inside of law enforcement would be incredibly valuable. Freddy could provide information about investigations, upcoming raids, or suspicions about the family. The theory suggests that the Fox family has been planning this for years. Mr. Fox handles the current operations while Freddy positions himself to protect the family's future interests. But there's another angle to this theory. Mr. Fox might want to eat Grandpa Pig's chickens, which brings up the predator-prey dynamic that the show usually ignores. In the real world, foxes eat smaller animals. In Peppa Pig's world, they're all friends. But what if Mr. Fox hasn't completely suppressed his natural instincts? This theory suggests that Mr. Fox's business isn't just about money. It's about satisfying deeper, more primal urges. The thrill of the hunt, the satisfaction of outsmarting others, the power dynamic of having what others need. He's essentially hunting, just in a socially acceptable way. The family aspect becomes even more sinister when you consider that Mrs. Fox never questions her husband's business practices. She never asks where the money comes from or why he's always working odd hours. Either she's incredibly naive or she's complicit in the operation. Here's where things get really conspiracy theory level interesting. Some fans believe that Mr. Fox isn't working alone, and his operation extends far beyond just his family. The theory suggests that he's built a surveillance network throughout Peppatown, and other characters might be unknowingly helping him. The kids become curious to find out what else Daddy Fox may have in his van after he drives by one day to drop off Freddy. But notice how the episode handles their curiosity. It's satisfied quickly and superficially. The children never get to see the full contents of the van or understand the scope of Mr. Fox's operation. The surveillance theory suggests that Mr. Fox uses social interactions to gather intelligence. Every playdate Freddy has is an opportunity to learn about other families' needs, wants, and valuable possessions. Every casual conversation at community events is a chance to identify potential customers or, depending on your perspective, potential targets. But it goes deeper than that. The theory proposes that Mr. Fox has cultivated relationships with other service providers in town. Think about it. He always knows exactly when people need things, often before they realize it themselves. That level of insight requires information, and information requires sources. Some fans theorize that characters like the postman, delivery drivers, and even some of the parents might be unknowingly feeding information to Mr. Fox. A casual mention of a broken appliance here, a comment about wanting to redecorate there, and suddenly, Mr. Fox appears with exactly what's needed. The most chilling part of this theory is how it reframes every episode Mr. Fox appears in. Instead of seeing a helpful neighbor, you start seeing a masterful manipulator who's always 3 steps ahead of everyone else. He's not lucky or well-prepared, he's calculated and strategic. Let's dive into what might be the most disturbing theory of all, the psychological analysis of Mr. Fox's character. Fan theories suggest he's psychopathic due to childhood trauma induced by depression and homelessness, which made him only want money. This background would explain everything we see in the show. A childhood marked by instability and want would create someone obsessed with security and control. Having everything anyone could need isn't just good business, it's psychological armor against ever being vulnerable again. The theory suggests that Mr. Fox's helpful exterior masks a deep-seated need to feel powerful and important. By being the person who always has what others need, he positions himself as indispensable. People come to him, they depend on him, they're grateful to him. For someone with abandonment issues, this would be intoxicating, but there's a darker edge to this psychological profile. The theory proposes that Mr. Fox gets genuine pleasure from seeing others in need. He doesn't just sell solutions, he creates the problems first, then swoops in as the hero. Think about how convenient his timing always is. What if it's not coincidence but orchestration? The psychological theory also explains his relationship with risk. He's described as a professional thief, suggesting that everything he has might be acquired through questionable means. For someone with his proposed background, the thrill of getting away with something would be addictive. Each successful transaction isn't just business, it's proof that he's outsmarted the system that once failed him. Now, before you completely lose faith in children's television, let's talk about what the creators actually intended. The official Peppa Pig wiki describes Mr. Fox as generous and kind, always willing to give someone an item. The character was designed to represent community helpfulness and the idea that neighbors look out for each other. The creators likely never intended for fans to analyze Mr. Fox's business model or question the logistics of his inventory. In the context of a children's show, he serves a simple narrative function. He's the character who provides solutions when problems arise. The magic van full of exactly the right items is meant to delight children, not trigger investigations into underground economies. However, the lack of explanation for his business practices has created a perfect storm for fan theories. When adults apply real-world logic to children's show scenarios, the gaps in logic become glaring. The creators probably assumed that viewers would accept Mr. Fox's convenience at face value, not dissect it for evidence of criminal activity. That said, some of the behavioral details, the late-night walks, the suspicious timing, the expensive inventory, do seem oddly specific for a character who's supposed to be straightforward. Whether these details were intentional Easter eggs or just unfortunate implications, they've certainly captured the imagination of the fan community. So, what's the truth about Mr. Fox? Is he a helpful neighbor with an impossibly convenient business? Or is he running the most sophisticated criminal operation in children's television history? The beauty of these theories is that they show how much depth fans can find in even the simplest characters. Whether Mr. Fox is innocent or guilty, the discussions around his character reveal how carefully we can analyze the media we consume, even when it's designed for 3-year-olds. What do you think? Is Mr. Fox just a convenient plot device, or is there something darker lurking behind that friendly smile? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries hiding in plain sight in our favorite shows. Until next time, keep questioning everything. You never know what you might discover.